Kelly Williams with The Kelly Williams Show, and this is a very special show today because my friend Kathy Breslin literally just met her birth father after 59 years, John, last night. Is that right?
That's right. Last night.
Okay, so, first of all, not just an overwhelmingly emotional thought that she's waited 59 years to meet him. John, where have you been living?
Mainly in Northern California for the last 40 years.
Yeah, wow. Northern California.
So that's where you flew in from.
Yeah. And Kathy, so you were aware of him, that he was alive and well, or how did you even know to find him?
Well, I was in Tennessee and I got on Ancestry. And Ancestry led me to his kids.
Oh my goodness.
And a search angel helped me learn who they were in relation to me and found out that their father was my father. So,
wow.
So that's how we connected the dots.
Incredible. Now, how long ago was this?
It's just a couple years ago.
Wow.
And so we just put it together, and so I reached out to his daughter and gave him some time to wrap his head around me surfacing. And
wow.
And now he's jumping in. Got on
Absolutely.
a plane, came to meet me.
Absolutely.
We hugged and met last night here in Kima.
So exciting. So John, tell us a little bit about a backstory about why and what happened that you were not her father growing up.
How much time do we have? The main thing is I was 16 and her birth mom was 16 when she got pregnant. And we were Irish Catholics growing up in Brooklyn, New York. And anyone that knows what that means knows what that means. So there was
What year was that?
61.
61.
Okay.
Kathy was born in early 62.
Okay.
So, but the trauma happened obviously at the announcement of the pregnancy. That's
Parents got involved.
Right.
With minors.
And,
Sure,
and
absolutely.
priests and bishops and a variety of people got
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah. The church
Yeah. And,
intervened.
And the obvious option, I couldn't go to work, and I just got accepted. I graduated from high school at 16.
Wow.
And I was accepted at St. John's University.
Wow.
And none of my parents finished high school. So that was a major
Wow.
step. And I said, well, can I give that up and go to work on the docks?
Yeah.
And that was not, so anyway, the adoption line was presented, and her mom and I, although we didn't agree, via the parents, everyone agreed that was the best option. And back then it was...
You didn't really have a choice, did you?
Not really. I had the choice to
Yeah.
not go to school, and so it's a choice. I made the choice, but there wasn't a whole lot of options,
Yeah.
Any other pregnancy termination stuff was never on the table. It was either adopt or get married and go to work. That was,
Absolutely.
and we opted for the adoption.
Yeah.
And that's how it happened. Kathy was born, and I think 5 days later she was adopted.
Okay, so when she was born, were y'all allowed to see her?
I'm not sure. I didn't.
Yeah.
I never pushed the envelope. I'm not sure I wanted to at the time. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
We were kind of... It was done through this thing called Catholic Charities, a great organization.
Wonderful.
And I think they didn't encourage that because everything was in place, and then I could see where someone might, at the last minute on the first hug, would back out. I don't know
Right,
that. I'm guessing that that's their logic.
They didn't want the parents to bond if
Absolutely.
adoption was already
Yeah.
a decision made.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is what
So,
I understand.
And then that was it. I mean, and then I got a letter a year and a half ago. Hi, Dad.
Hello.
It wasn't quite that bad, but it was. I mean, I went, oh my, now what? And then like my kids are always joking, and Dad took it under advisement for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
I say I was pondering my options.
That's
I
right.
could just keep it on the back burner, or go the other way.
That's
and
right.
It got to the point where I said, I'm going to go the other way.
Yeah.
And here we are sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, John, how many other children do you have?
I have two. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where do they live?
Up near me,
Okay.
within an hour of me, not the same town.
Okay,
But,
okay.
And they're 45 and 50. So
Okay.
they,
And I'm
Yeah.
59.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a new brother and a sister.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kathy, growing up, when did you learn you were adopted?
I always knew I was adopted. I don't
did.
remember finding out. I just have always known. Born in New York, and we moved away when I was 4, and we moved to Georgia, moved to Atlanta, and then I moved to, my dad was with Shell. My adopted parents, he was with Shell for 38 years. So Shell took him from New York to Georgia to Houston as the
Wow.
big influx in 1970.
Yes.
And I was going into 3rd grade, so I was raised out in the Champions area, and have friends from elementary school all the way through, and most of our parents work for either Shell or Exxon.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Do you remember, over the years, thinking to yourself, I wonder if my mom and dad or my dad is still around, or can I find, did that ever cross your mind?
Yeah, I mean, especially in adolescent, when you're going through all these changes, you always wonder what the stories or what the circumstances were. And my adopted parents were older, and I was like, I wonder if they were young, because I have like older parents, and
Yeah.
as it turns out, they were young. They were
Very
what I
young,
dreamed,
yeah.
but I didn't know what the circumstances were with what went on that she couldn't keep the baby. You can guess. First guess would be that she was a teenage mom.
Sure.
And she was a teenage mom. But
Yes.
when you don't know, you go to places like, did she die in childbirth?
Yeah.
Or was there a rape? Was she in jail and give birth? All those options go through a kid, but it wasn't anything that I really thought too much about. Maybe I thought a little bit during my adolescence, and then I remember thinking about it when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was becoming a mom, and I was wondering what that mom went through. And I was about to give birth, so I remember, that had to have been tough.
Yeah.
Whatever the circumstances were. I was a full-term baby.
Absolutely.
And so it happened, and
Yeah.
I always felt for her, and always wondered what happened. Sometimes, they end up getting together and getting married, and then, they can't, closed adoptions, you can't find them.
Yeah.
So I always wondered but never did I dream, really, with such closed adoption paperwork, that I would ever be able to come across. It was Ancestry that really opened Pandora's box.
So when you decided, and this was about 1.5 to 2 years ago, when you decided to go on Ancestry.com, and what information did you have to even find his children or search? What was coming up? What were you putting in?
Well, you get on Ancestry, and these people. There's like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
It's like I'm related to them all, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
Well, it comes up. The first box it said close relative, but I don't know what that is. So it was actually, we know now it was his son.
Wow.
But I didn't know. I texted him, and I sent him a message to him, and of course how old is he? 15 years younger than me. So
Yeah.
he didn't know anything about something from the early 60s.
Sure.
He's like, I'm born in the 80s or whatever he was.
Yeah.
76, I think.
76.
Yeah.
He was born in 76. So he's like, oh no, I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
I wasn't
lady."
there.
Yeah. I don't have any idea. And I was asking about a birth mother anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, it never dawned on me that he could be related to the father.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so I'm asking questions.
If I could just interject real
Absolutely.
quick here, it's kind of,
Yeah.
she found her birth mom about 1.5 years ago.
Right.
And lives right here too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lake City.
Unbelievable.
So,
I found her after I found him, and she
Yeah.
was open, and I moved back. I'm a Texan, and she ended up here, so
Wow.
I jetted back here to be by her.
Amazing.
Yeah.
so I mean, that was, to me, odd. you know,
Yeah.
that
That's amazing.
There's all these coincidences that we have
Yeah.
found throughout this journey of my birth mother landed in Texas as a
Yeah.
New Yorker, and
Yeah.
she's the only family member that ever moved away, and here she was in my
Incredible.
home city, and I'm like,
Amazing.
I was
really.
like, I got to get there.
Absolutely.
I gotta get there, you know?
Absolutely.
And so I moved here right in the beginning of the pandemic last year, and met her on my birthday last
Oh, my
March 6th.
goodness.
So
Wow, that's amazing.
on the Kima Boardwalk.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so
much like we met on the King.
that's right. So John, what I want to find out is that how many phone calls did you have before John told you your daddy said, I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to
two
meet
or
you."
three.
Three.
Amazing.
I know.
Really.
I was in a bit of a shock. I was like,
Yeah.
Well,
Wait.
this was like last week. I said I'm coming Thursday.
yeah, I was just
Amazing.
last week.
Wow.
He said, I'm getting on a plane. I was like,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I said, should we get together? And I don't do Facebook or
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Analog guy living in a digital world. It's a tough life.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, just come out and talk, and we'll see where it goes." you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said, "When?" I said,
Next week.
"Next week."
Well, I mean, that was incredible
I was
to
like-
hear that your birth father, after 59 years,
Yeah.
is just going to fly in and see you and see what happens. Okay, so I want to know, last night, what time did you fly in? You flew into Intercontinental Airport, you said,
Right.
and you drove in.
Via every highway in
Oh, yeah.
Houston to get from there to here.
Yeah,
And you didn't have
I
to
got
use
in
Google
about
Maps.
I got in about 4:30 or 5. Got the hotel, showered, and she texted me at 6 over here at Flying Dutchman.
yeah.
And she got there ahead of me, and I walked in, and the guy said, "Are you John?" I said, "Oh God." I said,
Yeah, oh, yeah, they knew you at the
the
front.
firing squad's waiting
Oh.
out here. It's like, so he led me out to the table,
Yeah,
and she was just sitting there, and just got up
Yeah.
and it was like this.
yeah,
Yeah.
How you been the last 59 years?
yeah, exactly.
Had a good life? I mean, what do you say? We didn't know where to
We
start.
don't
or
know.
where-
No.
We don't have
Now,
any roadmap here.
Do y'all remember the very first question that each of you asked each other?
Yeah, this is amazing. I
Yeah.
think I said, this is crazy amazing.
Right, you said that several times.
Yeah. Did y'all have in mind questions that you wanted to make sure you asked about each other as soon as you met in person?
I didn't.
I didn't either. My big thing was I didn't want to disrupt until he was ready to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to upset, family members. I didn't
Yeah.
want people to not understand what it is. But once he got a gist that I just really wanted to know who he was and tell him
Yeah.
that I've had a great, happy life and that,
Absolutely.
I don't have any issues about my life, and
Yeah.
and I'm excited and open to meeting and building a relationship, and then I've come to find out he's this cool guy that now I wish I had some years earlier.
So funny. I mean, we were talking about it because I met y'all earlier today, and I thought, what a fun
Yeah.
person
Yeah, it's great, yeah.
that ended up being your birth father, because he's hilarious.
I
His
know.
sense of humor,
know.
very easygoing.
Yeah.
Kind of like part of your personality, which is really interesting
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see, and I love
I
that.
put on a good act.
Yeah. Okay, John, so when you're walking into the restaurant and you're about to meet your firstborn daughter after 59 years and never seeing her, even at her birth, what was going through your head? Do you remember?
No,
We were kind of numb, I think.
Yeah.
just she had texted me just before I got there. I'm wearing orange.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go look
You
for
recognize
somebody.
me.
Exactly.
And I told her, I said, you can't miss me, the short, fat, bald guy.
Oh,
And she went,
Hilarious.
"Oh yeah," or something back
Yeah.
to me. But she already arranged it. Said some guy comes in looking bewildered and befuddled.
Yeah.
Ask if his name is John and bring him back to me.
Right.
Love it.
So it was already arranged that I was.
Yeah,
I
he was,
love
he
it.
was hand delivered to me.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So John, you actually leave tomorrow.
Tomorrow
You
morning.
said.
yeah.
What are y'all going to try to do later today? What are some plans that you're going to do? Spending some more time together today.
Well, we're gonna hang out this afternoon, and I'm gonna meet her children, my half grandchildren. I don't know
Yeah.
what the terminology is.
Biological
Yeah, they're your
grandchildren?
grandchildren.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Children, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which my son looks coincidentally just like him.
Wow.
looks like me. It looks like my son.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go have dinner up in town.
Good.
Yeah, I showed him last night a side by side of his senior picture of his
When I
from
was
his yearbook,
17,
Wow.
and my son at what 25,
something,
and
but young, you know.
young, and
Then you can see it. You know, once
Yeah.
you get old and gray and fat,
Yeah.
it's hard to.
but his class picture and my son at 25 was I think he fell out of the chair.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was because she kind of like put them together. you
Yeah,
know,
I just set up a side by side.
in that silly little box that shows things that no one should ever see.
Amazing.
And then he said to her, I guess, "Oh, that's what I'm going to look like in 50 years."
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah.
that was
Love
his
it.
answer when I showed him the picture.
Love that. I love that. John, really quickly, do you remember during your life, and so much happened after Kathy had gone, was adopted by a family, and you went off to college, and then ended up getting married later and having children. Were you thinking about whatever happened
Oh, yeah, you
to
know,
your
you'll-
daughter? Is it something that really never goes away?
And it's back there. It's way back there.
Yeah.
But it pops up.
Yeah.
But back in the day, when I thought about it, I was never familiar with anything with adoption. I don't think I knew anybody or that I'd known they were adopted.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking that was something you wouldn't tell a child. I'm old school maybe, so I said, the last thing you need is someone tracking you the other way around, knocking on the door and meeting this nice couple and their daughter and say, "Hi, I'm your pops."
So
You know,
you-
Yes.
what do you do? What do you know? I
So
mean,
you thought maybe I didn't know I was
Didn't know.
adopted? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and see that's a good way to look at it because you
Right.
don't know
yeah.
what the
Yeah.
other person is doing
And-
or
and-
what
and my-
they know.
Yeah.
you know, and then but her super sleuthing skills with Ancestry and a variety of tracking agencies and you know,
I hunted him down.
yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So, are both of your are your other children excited
Oh.
that you're getting to meet Kathy?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right away they said, "More the merrier. Bring her
Thanks.
on down."
I love that.
I know.
I love that. What have your children said? Are they? I
Oh.
bet they cannot wait to meet him today.
Oh, they really can't. And they know they've made time for this evening to. And my son is a waiter, so he usually works in the evening. And he's off, so we get to meet them both,
Love that.
which is a real shock. So that we're gonna go and
Yeah, go.
and we're really gonna see if my son looks just like him in
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
We'll
amazing.
see what kind of beer he likes. Then we'll know if it's a genetic trait.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Exactly.
No kidding.
Exactly.
No kidding.
Okay, so have y'all? So you leave tomorrow morning to go back to California. Have y'all talked about
Next
what
step.
plans? The next step of seeing each other or what's going to
Her
happen?
coming to California.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
In the summer.
That's
And
exciting.
Sometime in the summer, you know.
Yeah.
I called my partner, lady friend I've been with forever,
Yeah.
last night and said how it went, and she texted right back. "Tell Kathy her bedroom is ready."
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
very sweet.
I mean, that was the answer. Then no
Yeah.
hi, I'm glad
Love
everything
it.
went. Tell her bedroom's ready whenever she wants.
So sweet. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to meet him.
I'm excited for y'all to all meet each other. And John, I'm so happy for both of you
you.
that this has happened.
Yeah. It's quite
what
a blessing.
blessing.
Yeah, it is a blessing.
What a blessing.
I used the term, she said, "What did you think when it first happened?" I said, "It's a not often used word, but I was gobsmacked."
Yeah.
You know, I just like, what? Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, literally, it was just, and that went away. I mean, then I said, okay, now what's the logistics of either doing or not doing this? But
Yeah.
the initial thing was, I mean, literally, why it was a cartoon. You know, the hair would have went up the eyes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kathy, one last thing. How can you describe what you've been feeling since your daddy got here last night?
It's a hard thing to put into words, but peace,
Yeah,
whole. Yeah.
absolutely.
So a void filled,
Yeah,
great.
so nice, so nice.
And
My gosh. Okay, well, I cannot thank you enough for allowing me to visit with you both today. An amazing inspirational story.
Yeah, everybody loves
what a
that.
blessing. And I'm so happy for both of you. I can't even tell you. It's
Appreciate
just, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's very emotional. So, thank you.
thank you, Kelly.
Thank
Love
you.
to visit with y'all.
Thank you.
We make people cry.
I know, it's great. Everybody loves a good reunion story.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
we're happy to share this with y'all today. And just remember, life is full of blessings and surprises.
It is. Yeah, thank you so much.